Hey, and welcome back to Women of Experience. If you're new here, this space is all about real conversation, growth, healing, and the wisdom that comes from living life and learning along the way. So February is about love in all forms. And that's not just romantic love, that's self-love, healing love, friendship love, and any kind of love that grows and evolves. So what I wanted to first touch on is the love that we all can relate to. The way we love through the eyes of innocence and early experiences versus the way we love now. Because when you're younger, the feeling of love is different. We see it differently, we understand it differently, we accept it differently. And going through life and relationships and growth, our perspectives begin to change. And that's what led me to today's Candid conversation. How experience changes the way we view love. Because definitely in being in my 40s, 41 to be exact, I do not view, understand, accept, or feel the same way about love as I did in my 20s. My first experience with love wasn't in my 20s. Be quite honest, I started out young. My first real, true experience with feeling what I thought was love was, what was love? It was your first level of love, was in my teenage years, 13, 14 to be exact. And what I thought love was then, and even what I thought love was even into my 20s and even into my 30s by having a wrong perception of what love was. I thought it was all about being wanted, being chosen, and having high level of intense excitement and pleasure. And the truth is, I got that perspective of love from what I seen in my childhood. A lot of people think that your perspective of love comes from your 20s and what you experience and go through as adolescent. But honestly, it starts from in home. It starts from what you see your parents and their perception of love and what you see them, how they display love. It comes from what you see from your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles, your brothers, your sisters. My brothers were 16 and 17 years older than me, and they had women around. They had relationships around. I had cousins that were 6, 7, 8, 9 years older than me that were in age-appropriate relationships. So a lot of my perceptions of what love was started from childhood. Little story, I'm a child of divorce. And my parents were married for a total of 27 years. They were started off together at 13 and 15 years old. So they were together long before I came along. And by the time I came along, and I tell it to many people, I see my parents when they were good, they were great. They were a team. They were a unit. I seen functional love. I seen partnership. But near in the end, when they got bad, it was horrible. It was terrible. And a lot of my dysfunctional, how would I say it, perceptions and things that I thought was okay in love came from seeing and imitating what I seen at home amongst my parents. Watching how they communicated, how they handled conflict, how they showed up for one another, all shaped my perspective of what love was supposed to look like. Well before I even attempted to get into my own romantic relationships. So by the time I was in my 20s, and again, even in my 30s, being really honest, I was not formulating my own beliefs on what love looked like. I was just repeating the cycle and acting out what I had already seen that I was taught from early childhood. And by no means am I bashing my parents. They're no longer here. They're both deceased. But I'm being real transparent and saying that in me living in that household and in me entering into my own romantic relationships, I mimicked a lot of the same dysfunctional qualities of what love was. I had a lot of the same emotional responses. I had a lot of the same beliefs of what love required. I believe that unconditional love was staying, regardless of what. Fighting through, you fought to keep it together, you fought to hold it together. Unconditional meant unconditional. You just stayed, you didn't leave, and you held it together. Because in my mind, from what I experienced, I thought that love meant holding on, providing loyalty, and pushing through hard times without question. But that if it was real, you didn't give up. If it was love, you fight to maintain it. And if you were loyalty, you stay committed regardless of what. And let's be clear, commitment does matter. It definitely does matter. In my 20s, and again, even in my 30s, I thought that love was supposed to feel like intense at all times. And that the ups and downs was the part of it and the struggle made it real. And I've talked to a plethora of people, men and women, that had a similar upbringing of mine, and even some that were a little different. And we all shared the same perspective because of what we seen in early childhood and what our early initiation of love looked like. But experience had the way of definitely teaching you the truth. Life teaches you. Relationships teach you. Growth teaches you. And heartbreak, oh, that definitely teaches you. And over time, I have learned this as the truth. That love isn't about intensity. Love isn't about being chosen. Love is about being safe. Love is about being respected. And love is about being valued. Experience changes the way you love. It changes the way you look at love. It changes the way you accept love. And it changes the things that you no longer are willing to ignore in the name of love. We start to realize that love shouldn't always feel like a constant fight. It shouldn't always feel like constant survival mode. It shouldn't always have to feel like you fighting to prove your worth and that you're loyal to a person. With time comes clarity. I no longer feel like love should feel like constant confusion or inconsistency or emotionally exhaustion. Love shouldn't feel like you're constantly trying to figure out where you stand or that you're the only one fighting to hold it all together. Now, that was the biggest shift for me. I used to feel like love literally and figuratively meant that you should have to fight to keep it. But now I'm at the point in my 40s that I feel as though that love should feel safe, consistent, and mutual. I think that's when I finally really learned one of the biggest lessons that experience was trying to teach me. That was when I no longer kept fighting to keep things in my life that was disturbing my peace. I think that when you live, learn, and heal, you understand that love isn't just one thing. It's not one-dimensional. Love will change you. It'll mature you. It will heal you. It will shape you, and it will teach you who you are and who you honestly want to be. If you're in a season where your understanding of love is changing, you are not alone. That's growth. That's wisdom. That's experience doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And that's what this space here at Women of Experience is all about. All month long, we're going to be having real conversation. Love, self-love, boundaries, healing, friendship, and becoming the women experience shapes us today. If this resonates with you, I'd love for you to stay connected. So hit the subscribe button and share this with a woman who needs the reminder. And I also love to engage and stay connected with you in the comments. Answer me this. How has love and experience with love and over time, how have your viewpoint of love changed? Remember, like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, I'm Dixie of Women of Experience. Here is no fixing, just understanding.